We are finally back at East Clayton Community Park. Well, it's been a long week of not only just not having home games of a road trip, but of most of those games on the road trip getting rained out.
Yes, only two games have occurred with that road trip. A very close loss to the Surf and Turf and the Gliders. But it's good to be back, John.
Absolutely. Now, we've got ourselves a fun day today. Yesterday's game also getting canceled. Believe that's being moved to July 10th. So go ahead and mark that on your calendars and pay attention to the social media when that gets finalized. Now the Clovers come in here sitting fourth place in the Eastern Division, only a game and a half back from second. Now the old North State League playoff system is the top two teams from each division gets it. So no time to panic yet for the Clovers.
Right. There's a lot of games to be played. We don't know how other teams are going to do in terms of losses, so definitely a lot of opportunity for the Clovers.
Absolutely. We are getting into the second half of the season here, and also a fun broadcast coming up. We'll be on the air here with you guys for the top of the first, but our leadoff man, Isaiah Thomas, will be taking the mic for at least a portion of the bottom of the first.
Yes, you get to go inside the game, so to say, with the bottom of the first and experiencing the at-bat with Isaiah Thomas.
Absolutely. Should be a lot of fun, so we hope you are also looking forward to it. Now, the lineups here for the Clovers, a big name returning finally this summer in Braden Davidson. Big Poppy has made his return.
Yes. Ready to see what he can do.
He won the home run derby last year for the Clovers. Big talk about how far he was hitting it. Still looking for that first home run. We'll see what exactly happens. It's going to be Julio Rivera leading things off here for the Fayetteville Chutes. For the Clovers, you've got Lincoln Eiler taking the mound, number 11. Across the infield, you got Jackson Dunlap at first. You got David Morgan at second, Mike Snyder at third, and Zach Zoltowski at shortstop. Across the outfield, we got Zach Lyon returning to the lineup at left field. Then Isaiah Thomas over at center field, and Garrett Moffitt at right field. Saw some big news from Garrett Moffitt. He has transferred from NC State to Mount Olive. I think he'll be a stud over there at University of Mount Olive.
I think so too. We've definitely seen his ability to be great, but on both sides, offensively and defensively.
Absolutely. Got a few other Mount Olive teammates here, Zach Zoltowski being one of them.
Some possible recruiting, John, by his teammates?
Possibly. Now it's a 3-0 count here for Julio Rivera.
Both teams are wearing
Rivera draws the leadoff offensive runner.
Sorry for the confusion if there is any.
From Coker University, number 6, Jalen.
So it's now Jalen Mack at Coker University up to the mound. Lincoln Eiler just trying to get in that strike zone for the first time here tonight.
Mm-hmm. And we saw pregame that a lot of players were trying to get as loose as possible. You know, some of them were playing cornhole with one of the coaches in the bullpen.
Absolutely thrilling game of cornhole, too. Ryan Taman and Whit Branham ended up winning that cornhole game. So now 6 straight balls for Lincoln Eiler here. He just needs to get some confidence. We've seen Lincoln be an extraordinary pitcher. He's just got to settle down a bit here.
It's been a while since we've seen him too, John. There may be a bit of rust. And there you go. First strike.
There it is. Not only a while for Lincoln Eiler, a while for this whole team. It's been not quite a week, but almost 5 days since they've played. And for summer baseball, that is a super long break. A lot of these players just got to get back in the mentality of it. That can be a difficult thing to do sometimes. Now a 3-1 count here as Jalen Mack is facing off with Lincoln Island. Got a runner on first. No outs. That one popped up. Lincoln Island pointing it out. Mike Snyder goes and makes the grabs, has a stumble with it, but is able to secure the grab. Now out number 1 for the Clovers.
Number 14, Malachi Gales.
It's going to be Malachi Gales up next. That was a big first out, not only for the Clovers, but for Lincoln Island.
It was. It's definitely a confidence booster. As we've talked before, when you have that good infield and outfield behind you as a pitcher, it can just totally boost your confidence.
Absolutely. Ooh, and a good swing and a miss there. Lincoln Island catches Gales swinging on pitch number 1. They've got Julio Rivera over on first base. Runner's going to take off. Another swing and a miss. Strike 2. Alex Levesque, the catcher, is not going to throw down. So a stolen base for for Julio Rivera, but Malachi Gales picks up his second strike. Inside strikeout for Lincoln Island for strikeout number 1, out number 2.
Brings up now the first baseman from Walla Walla.
Talk about getting that confidence back. 6 straight balls. What a way to respond by Lincoln Island.
What a third pitch that was for the strike. It was very inside. It would have been really hard to hit for the batter.
Absolutely. I mean, that's kind of the disadvantage of big batters. They try and take up all of that batting range. Sometimes it works in their favor. They get balls called for them that maybe shouldn't be balls. In that case, did not work out in his favor. First ball fouled off. 0-1 count here. Another swing and a miss. Lincoln Island really starting to heat up here. Alden Brown, number 17, the first baseman for the Chutes. Finds himself down in the count. And another strike 3. Lincoln Island is fired up. We are going to the bottom of the first. Isaiah Thomas will be on the mic when you return. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers Baseball. We'll see you. All right, you're live, buddy. Gotcha. We might up.
Yeah.
Leading off the bottom of the first for your Clovers.
The giant dick.
He's your center fielder. He's from Troy,
I don't.
North Carolina.
I don't catch.
Not
Not big in the sense of weight, gaining weight. Like colossal. I heard you looking for me. Let's go. Ooh. Yeah, that white line? Yes, sir. No. Is that black? Gotcha. I don't pull it. Come on. You got 1, 2. Tom Blue. Dang. Yes, sir.
Here's your shortstop. He's a Trojan from the UNO. He's
All right.
from North Carolina. Junior, number 6. I like to call him C-Square. It's Zach Zoltowski.
It's all right.
What's it looking like?
I don't really know.
That boy guy. I'll use Zolt. John Loomis and Will Dobson with you back on the call. Mike just received from Isaiah Thomas, who grounded out at first. You guys know better than we now what was going through Isaiah Thomas's head at that at-bat. Excited to go back, look through that. You can get a recap. He's been mic'd up all through the day. You'll get a little look into what that was like on the Clayton Clovers social media accounts. Follow us at Twitter, at Clayton Clovers, Instagram, at Clayton_Clovers. You can also find our Facebook page, just Clayton Clovers. 3-0 count now for David Morgan. 2 outs on the board. Ground out by Isaiah Thomas, a pop-up by Zach Zoltowski. And Davey Morgan draws the 2-out walk.
Morgan draws the 2-out walk. Puts a runner at first base for your third baseman from Fort Wayne, Indiana. By way of Indiana Tech senior number 5, Mike Snyder.
So now Big Mike, not the only big on the roster anymore.
Big Mike and Big Papa.
Big Mike and Big Papa may have a little showdown as Mike Snyder hit by the pitch. Runner took off from first, and it didn't end up mattering. And that's one of those things, being a big batter. Don't know if that was necessarily an advantage or disadvantage to get hit, but he got to base.
And Big Mike and Big Papa are back to back.
So now, Braden Davidson taking his first at-bat of the season for the Clovers. Just got back from college at Charleston. That fouled way back, showing off his power already with that foul ball. Good experience for Big Papa also. He has not faced live pitching in a while.
How long's a while, John?
I believe it's a year.
Really?
I believe so. He seems to be enjoying himself, though, is chuckling about that foul ball for a while. That's taken up high. 1-1 count now for Davidson.
No,
David, go for it. Go for it. No.
I know that for power hitters like him that are coming back after a year, just seeing pitches is a big thing as he grounds.
And that'll end the bottom of the first.
Absolutely. He does ground it out. Clovers will strand 2 on base. We are going to the top of the second now. Still a 0-0 game. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers Baseball. Welcome back into East Clayton Community Park. Lincoln Eiler taking the mound for his second inning of work. Eiler, who started off just a bit slow, didn't let it get to him, closed out the inning with 2 straight-looking strikeouts.
He was shaking off the rust from the break that he's had.
Absolutely. All the Clovers shaking off some rust after this messy week of rain and thunderstorms. Hopefully, we've got some sun on the horizon as Lincoln Eiler is going to hit Evan Fisher.
Brings up the third baseman.
So a leadoff hit-by-pitch walk here.
Number 26, William Brooks.
And the Chutes have a runner on first. So now it's going to be William Brooks stepping up to the mound, the third baseman for the Chutes. That one just a bit outside, ball 1. So a 2-0 count here for William Brooks. Lincoln Eiler will go ahead and check on Fisher. Fisher was pretty close to the base. He makes it back safely. So now that we are halfway through the season, we've certainly seen some of the teams start to stand out a bit as Eiler finds his first strike of the inning. Some of them, of course, being the Brunswick Surf and Turfs, leading the Eastern Division with an 11-4 record, 9-1 in their last 10.
They've been really good.
They are hot right now for sure. Now we just spit it inside. And the Clovers always find themselves so close to Brunswick whenever they play. But Brunswick always seems to find a way to pull out in the end. And the Clovers they've started to have a few more players come in as they're going to go for 2 on this, and they'll get it. An excellent double play. 6-4-3 double play for the Clovers, and that's 2 quick outs on the board. But the Clovers are starting to find a few more of these players coming in here in late July as the rest of the college season is wrapping up. That just might be the hump the Clovers need to close out some of these games.
Yes, folks. I think if you see on our social media any game day post that has the Clover C next to the Brunswick Surf and Turf's cow on the surfboard, you should come out to East Clayton Community Park because it will be an exciting game.
Absolutely. They've been electric games all season long. Well, the Clovers are also a fun team to watch because of just their resiliency. It doesn't matter if they're down in the game, if they're down in the count, whatever it is, the Clovers always fight and try and turn things their way. Clovers 2 out scoring is a big piece of evidence throughout that all season, putting up a tremendous amount of runs. And even like that, we've seen so many Clovers pitchers go down 3-0 in the count, be able to strike back with a strike.
And then offensively, we've seen 2 out hits, 2 out runs score.
Absolutely. It's now a full count here. Lincoln Eiler battling back. And that one's a bit outside. That'll be a walk for Shaddai Mishahari.
Puts the runner at first with 2 outs for the left fielder now from Chandler Gilbert Community College.
So Carson Netz now steps up. He's got a runner at first. 2 outs on the board certainly puts a bit of pressure on Fayetteville to get anything done here. One out count here for Nets. 2 outs on the board, 0-0 game here in the top of the second. That one just a bit high. 2-0 count here. When we start to look across some of the other divisions, as that one hit into left field, drifts foul. Zach Lyon was itching to make a play on it, was just a few steps short. But looking over at the Central Division, the Sanford Spinners, a team that the Clovers have played a few times, currently lead that 9-4, followed by the Sandhills Bogies at 9-7. I don't believe the Clovers will play the Sandhill Bogies at any point this season. Perhaps, maybe. I'm not going to say. I don't have any real wood around me. There's no reason for a broadcaster's jinx here as the runner takes off from first. Mishahari will take second without much of a fight. Alex Levesque thought about throwing down, but did not want to cause any further damage on the play. Something the Clovers have been really good at recently is not getting overwhelmed by something happening. Sometimes letting a stolen base happen, because if you throw down, you miss the play, all of a sudden they're going to third, maybe scoring. Every single run matters in these Old North State League games. So good to see the Clovers are starting to play safely, in a sense.
A great emphasis has been put on being ahead of everything, and if you can keep the guy on second from reaching third, that definitely helps you.
Absolutely.
Next draw is the 2 out walk.
So another 2-out walk from Nets. It's going to be Tristan Melvin up next, the second baseman. He's got a runner in scoring position, first and second. 2 outs on the board, though. Alex Levesque coming in to have a quick meeting with Eiler. Eiler, who's been phenomenal tonight. Some high-volume strikeouts. It's just walked a few people and hadn't put them in a jam yet, but Levesque making sure that does not become the case. That one fouled off. Now an 0-1 count here for Melvin. The Clayton community showing out for tonight's game. After all, what else would you want to do on a summer Saturday night? You got the kids at home. Why not come down to the park for a little bit of baseball?
It's a very nice experience, John.
Absolutely. We are truly some of the luckiest people that this gets to be our job.
Mm-hmm.
Now a 2-1 count here for Tristan Melvin. That comes close to him. He's able to make the dodge. Now a 3-1 count. And Eiler finds the strike zone there. Beautiful pitch by Eiler to bring it back up to a full count here.
He really does like to work the edge of the zone.
Absolutely. Works really well when you're able to just find it. And that one just a bit outside. Now, bases loaded with 2 outs. Bit of a rally here by the Fayetteville Chutes. Found themselves with nobody on base, 2 outs. Double play can often be pretty demoralizing for a team, but they found a way to draw 3 straight walks here.
It looks like some of the offensive production that we see from the Clovers when they get to
Absolutely. It's now a meeting with manager Landry Moore. Whole team coming in to have a little chat.
He's thrown 39 pitches, but I think it's a little early to be pulling him.
Absolutely. I think Landry Moore knows that too as he heads back to the dugout, that Eiler's just kind of got to collect himself a bit. Everything's going to be all right. Start finding the strike zone, start getting them to swing. Maybe even just start throwing for some ground balls. After all, just 1 out gets you out of the inning. Now, I don't think any wedding gifts were talked about in that meeting.
No, I don't think so.
That ball just a bit low to start this at-bat. Ball 1. Another walk will score it for the Fayetteville Chutes as the sun starts to come back out. Wonder if that's going to play an influence on Eiler at all. Sun seems to be right in the corner of his eyes.
It's possible, but I think the main players that it would really affect are the right fielder, first baseman, and second baseman.
Absolutely. I mean, we're not used to seeing too much sun here. It's usually gotten low enough throughout this season as most games have started at 7. But as the summer solstice has just passed, the sun definitely going to be hanging out for a bit longer. And he finds the strike zone again. Now a 2-2 count. Eiler looking to close out back-to-back innings with strikeouts here. That one just a bit inside, bring it up to a full count now, 3-2. What's interesting is a lot of these Chutes players aren't swinging at all. When they do swing, they're missing. They're just really counting on Eiler and his strategy to get close to the strike zone to work out for him. Runner's going to take off. It's going to be a bit low. And the Fayetteville Chutes take the lead. 4 straight walks now for the Clovers. Landry Moore is coming back out. I wonder if this is going to be Eiler's night.
It looks like it. I see someone walking from the bullpen.
It will be his night. Lincoln Eiler gets 2 strikeouts on the day. 5 drawn walks, 1 hit by pitch. We'll get you the next pitcher when we come back. We're taking a short break here. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers Baseball. The Clovers turn to the bullpen for help here. Early in the game, top of the second, Fayetteville Chutes just walked 4 straight, getting the lead 1-0. Clovers turn to number 34, Will Leonard out of Barton College. Clovers find themselves in just a bit of a jam. You obviously don't want to walk. You don't want to get any hits here. But with 2 outs, now one's popped up high, exactly what the Clovers were looking for. Now they just need to finish the play. Davey Morgan over at second, catches it, ends the top of the second. Will Leonard comes in and gets the job done. We're going to the bottom of the second. The Clovers look to strike back. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers Baseball. Welcome back into East Clayton Community Park. Clovers find themselves down 1-0 early. It's going to be the hometown kid, Jackson Dunlap, up to bat first. It is GBI night here at East Clayton Community Park, which is Garner Baseball Incorporated, a great baseball development and community center. It was just announced that 3 of our Clovers are actually former GBI athletes in Jackson Dunlap, Bennett Rich. I'm noticing now, actually, Jackson Dunlap has the Clayton bat again.
Everybody clap your hands. Come on. Everybody clap your hands.
Now a 2-2 count here. Jackson Dunlap looking to get the offensive side here rolling for the Clovers. Neither team has recorded a hit yet, so still looking for that first hit. And Dunlap.
And there it is, John.
A beautiful hit. Second baseman make a dive for it. Was not quite there. Dunlap makes it to first.
Coming to the plate,
Something special about that Clover's bat.
Carolina, he's an NC State Wolfpacker.
It's a lucky charm.
It's now Garrett Moffitt. Previously was at NC State last year, just transferred to University of Mount Olive. Had himself a bomb of a home run away a few nights ago.
He really got going offensively, and you hope to see that again.
Absolutely. That one way up and outside. No, I'm kind of surprised. Both teams wearing black. I haven't tripped up yet with even just my eyesight. So that's fouled straight back.
I'm just paying attention to the pants.
The pants are a good indicator. The gray versus white. The Chutes are also more of a t-shirt type, where the Clovers are definitely more of a pullover jersey. That one outside. 2-1 count here. Garrett Moffitt looking to draw the walk. Jackson Dunlap got things rolling with that hit. Maybe we'll see some of that momentum carried. Now a 3-1 count here. And that's way up high. Garrett Moffitt draws the no-out walk. Now runners on first and second, and it's going to be the catcher, Alex Levette.
Richmond freshman number 4, he is Alex.
Levette getting quite the cheer from the crowd behind us. A lot of Clayton natives on this team, which I'm sure is so much fun for not only the players, but for the fans as well.
Gives them an easy chance to see their family members and friends play some high-level baseball.
Absolutely. Absolutely. First pitch was in the dirt. A great block by the catcher. Now, I will say, I like the way that the Chutes numbers are on the jersey, the way they are like part of the parachute. Very clever design there by Fayetteville.
Certainly. And since that Jackson Dunlap hit, it's been a lot of very good eyes and takes from Moffitt and Levesque.
Absolutely. I'm starting to think that that hit might have thrown the pitcher a bit off his game here. Wouldn't be surprised to see a meeting after this. And sure enough, here comes the manager for the Fayetteville Chutes. Bases are loaded for the Clovers. No outs on the board. A huge chance for the Clovers to not only tie up this ball game, but to take the lead. Not the end of the night here for Joshua Gooch.
That crowd, the ball. Brings up your left footer. He's a battling kisser from NC Westland from the Raleigh senior number 7, Zach Lyon.
Now, do you think you try and get a sack fly, or do you just go for the base hit?
You know, I think you go for the base hit, but I think ultimately, with the way this pitcher has been throwing, first you see if he's able to find the strike zone.
Oh, of course.
And Zach Lyon, who didn't swing on that first one, a great take, 1-0 count here for him. And Lyon's going to hit that one towards right center field. They'll make the catch. Runners will tag up. That'll be out number 1. Garrett Moffitt advances from second to third. Alex Levesque stays over at first. So now runner at third. 1-1 game. Only one out on the board, and we're back to the top of the order in Isaiah Thomas.
It was a very well executed sac fly. Very deep ball. Gave the runners plenty of time to get to their respective bases that they had to advance to.
Absolutely. So a quick ball there for Zach Lyon. They now have a base to give. Runner's going to take off. No throw down. Been seeing that a lot more recently. Catcher's not willing to make the throw down. 2-0 count here for Zach Lyon. And Alex Levesque makes it over to second. So now 2 runners in scoring position. And with a 3-0 count, again, they got first base to give here. But you definitely don't want to put yourself back in that jam if you can help it.
Now,
and there's that strike by Joshua Gooch. Way to bounce back by him. Ooh, and that one hit deep in the left field. An excellent catch out there. Garrett Moffitt will get home. Another sac fly puts another run on the board, and the Clovers now up 2-1.
And they treasure that chance back.
that could have been a lot worse for Chutes.
Absolutely. That was a good hit by Isaiah Thomas.
That was quite a play by Nets in left field.
We saw the wind blowing out earlier. Just was not on Isaiah Thomas's side there. Still gets the RBI. So now Zach Zoltowski collects ball number 1. Runners on second now, and Alex Levesque. That one fouled up high. 1-1 count. And Zoltowski hits that one towards the infield.
And that'll end.
That's going to end the bottom of the second. Not before the Clovers put up 2. They are now leading 2-1. We are going to the third inning. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers baseball.
All right, fans, it's that time. One of our favorite competitions
Welcome back into East Clayton Community Park now. Will Leonard taking the mound for his second inning of work here. Got the Clovers out of a jam, bases loaded situation without giving up a run. Now he looks to keep that going with Jalen Mack, the shortstop for the Fayetteville Chutes, now up. Ooh. 1-1 count now for Jalen Mack. Clovers look to keep the defensive momentum rolling here. Ooh, a hard swing and a miss, my Mac. Bring it up to a 1-2 count now.
Leonard has that little dip to his pitches. He's got kind of a sink ball almost going.
Absolutely, it can be a tough thing to hit against as that's popped up just past the infield. Garrett Moffitt jogs in to grab it. He'll make the grab. That's going to be out number one.
Brings up now the first baseman, number 17, Alden Brown.
Something I've been excited to see as we come back here to East Clayton Community Park is how this outfield has progressed. They've been so good all year, not letting much fall. Really, the only things we see fall in the outfield are those that are just impossible to get. Seen some Sports Center level highlights, diving catches by Isaiah Thomas, Garrett Moffitt, Zach Lyon, all guys in the lineup now. That's fouled up back and just behind the park. 0-1 count. Malachi Gales, the right fielder. That one hit just foul. Levesque ready if that scrambled into play.
I have it as Brown in the back.
That's Brown. I must have missed somebody.
Everybody clap your hands.
In that case, Alden Brown, indeed number 17, was one behind in my scorebook. That one bounces off Levesque's glove. 1-2. That one fouled again. Got a bit of a battle here between Alden Brown and Will Leonard. Will Leonard, part of the thrilling cornhole match we saw as the gates opened. Unfortunately, was not on the winning side. And a huge swing and a miss. Will Leonard may not have won cornhole today, but he is winning the at-bats right now. Huge strikeout.
Number 34, Evan Fisher.
So 2 outs on the board, nobody on base now for the Fayetteville Chutes, and it's Evan Fisher up to bat.
We're seeing some crazy rotation on Will Leonard's pitches.
Absolutely. A true pleasure to watch as that comes in for strike one. That one hit right towards Leonard. Leonard will jog, toss it towards Dunlap. That'll wrap up the inning. 1, 2, 3 inning here for the Chutes. Still leading by 1. The Clovers now up to bat in the bottom of the third. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers baseball. Davey Morgan now up to the plate for the Clovers. They find themselves up 1 here in the top of the third. Bottom of the third, excuse me. He hits that one right towards the shortstop. They'll make the play just in time. Out number 1 on the first pitch.
Your third baseman, number 5, Snyder.
Now we have some cloud cover over the ballpark, and the sun is no longer a factor, it looks like.
Absolutely. Also cooled things off pretty dramatically here. Got to imagine the players are a little bit more comfortable there. Now coming for strike 2. Seems like since the last inning, Joshua Gooch has just been feeling himself. That'll come just a bit outside, though. Both pitchers like toying with that strike zone tonight.
Yes, they really like their the movement on the ball to really seem like it's curving. It's going to go the original direction over the strike zone, but then curve back outside. They both have that little dip ball pitch.
Absolutely. And that dip ball can be so dangerous for batters. It's even less than a split-second decision before that ball just starts to dip. The Chutes were looking for a swing there from Mike Snyder. The infield umpire said no, though. Now a full count, and Snyder fouls that one straight back. This can be a big divisional game for the Clovers. As we mentioned, down just a game and a half from a playoff spot, as that one is deep pop flied into left field. The Chutes make the catch, though. 2 outs on the board, nobody on base for the Clovers.
Your designated hitter, Big Papa, number 37, Braden Davidson.
So we see the contact from the batters, but this inning, no luck with getting a hit.
Absolutely. Jackson Dunlap still the only player in the game to get a hit. A lot of contacts being made, just not the kind of contact the batters are looking for. Credit to both pitching staffs so far. Humid day here in Clayton, North Carolina. Mostly cloudy now. 78 degrees. Beautiful day for some baseball. Yeah, we're gonna have to fix that. I'm going to fix the camera real quick. Excuse me, buddy, I'm gonna have to step up.
And that pitch is low. That'll make it count 3-1.
And that one hit towards the shortstop. It's going to get past the first baseman. Count it as a single for Braden Davidson.
Single.
I'll tell you, those foul balls are giving our camera a beating up there on the fence.
Your junior first baseman, number 32, he is Jackson Dunlap.
So now Jackson back up to the plate. He's working with a runner on first, but 2 outs, looking to extend this Clover's lead. And that one hit towards the shortstop. He's going to look to make the play this time. He does. That'll wrap up the bottom of the third here. Chutes still down 1-2. They're up next to bat as we go to the top of the fourth. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers Baseball. Welcome back into East Clayton Community Park. The Fayetteville Chutes find themselves down just by 1 run. Clovers, when they turn to Will Leonard, things have been electric for this Clovers defense.
Yes, he is pitching very well tonight.
Absolutely. Quick 1-0 count here for William Brooks. Another one just a bit low, make it a 2-0 count. There's that strike zone that Will Leonard's been looking for. 2-1 count now. William Brooks, who responsible for a double play the last time he was up to bat. No runners on bases here. Won't be an option. That'll come in for strike 2. Ooh, that one will get past the catcher. Bring it up to a 3-2 count. Nobody on bases to take advantage of it.
It was too high, but it dipped down to just bonk Alex on the head.
Absolutely. And that'll be good for a walk. Leadoff walk for William Brooks. Now it's going to be Mishahara up next. He drew a walk the last time he was up. Was the first of the 4 straight walks that gave the Chutes an initial 1-0 lead.
But other than that, they haven't really been able to get anything going.
And that ball hit. They're going to try and turn 2 here. They will. William Brooks involved in 2 double plays today. Clovers pick up their second double play. Huge momentum for this defense.
Brings up now to left fielder, number 12, Carson Nets.
And you see the tremendous infield play from the familiar faces in Zoltowski, Morgan, and Dunlap. They've been there practically all season at first, second, and shortstop, respectively.
Absolutely. And I mean, they've had so much time to work with each other. Sometimes they've rotated around the bases. Mike Snyder's kind of been in and out of the infield lineup or designated hitter slot. But when you have such a solid player in Zach Zoltowski, always anchoring down at shortstop, such a solid player in Jackson Dunlap, we've seen in these big league games, always on first base. You've got that trust, that chemistry, great things happen. Now a 2-2 count here for Will Leonard. Worked up 2 straight strikeouts there. And 3 straight balls. And that's going to be a walk for Carson Nets. Nets didn't even know it. He was ready to step back up to bat until the umpire told him to go ahead and take his walk. That's 2 straight walks now for Carson Nets. That ball fouled out towards right field, just out of play. Clover's ready to pounce on it. And I have to say, Will, it's great to be back here at East Clinton Community Park, as that one's also fouled deep out. Great to be back here. Great to hear the community behind us. It was a nice week-long break, but I will say I was itching to get back to some baseball.
Yes, me too. And speaking of the crowd, I think this is the most lively crowd that we've had all season.
Absolutely. Runner takes off. He'll reach second with no competition. 1-2 count now. Definitely a very lively crowd. I think that tends to happen. A lot of these people have been reined into their house the past few days. Now all of a sudden you got a baseball game to go to. It's a Saturday night. Beautiful day, not too hot. And they'll check on that swing. They'll say he didn't go. 2-2 count. Pretty close to going. Probably about as close to going as you can go without getting called for a strike.
Yes, it was very borderline.
And that one hit up high towards Garrett Moffitt. Moffitt underneath it. Makes the catch. He will end the top of the 4th inning. We're going to the bottom of the 4th. Score still 2-1 Clovers. Clovers up next to bat. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers baseball. It's the 7-8-9 here at East Clinton Community Park for the Clovers. Garrett Moffett leading things off. Still Joshua Gooch on the mound. He had himself an effective inning last time around.
He did. He has the great quality of being able to.
That one popped out towards the third baseman. They'll make the catch for out number 1.
He has the great ability to not only pitch well, but when he gets in those better advantageous counts, he can pull himself out of it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Something we've seen some of the great Clayton Clovers pitchers do as well. Clovers batters have definitely been getting in a forum taste of their own medicine. Clovers still hold the lead nonetheless, though, 2-1. So it's now Alex Levesque up to bat. Thank you for tuning in with us here with the Old North State League. As that one's hit out towards center field, they'll make the catch for a quick out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down here for the Clovers. It's going to be Zach Lyon up next.
Coming to the plate for your Clovers, left fielder number 7, lucky number 7, Zach Lyon.
Another big game of baseball going on right now between Florida and LSU.
This day has been chock full of sports. Tonight we've got USA Jamaica kicking off the Gold Cup.
Absolutely. USA Soccer been making some moves recently. Lyon will hit that one towards third base. They'll call that fair. Third baseman will not be able to make the play. I think that's an E5. Zach Lyon will reach base on the error.
Just couldn't grip it. It fell out of his glove.
I know. Now Isaiah Thomas, we're back to the top of the order here. Thomas, who is 0 for 2 on the night, but has the sacrifice RBI. Gave the Clovers that 2-1 lead. We've had him mic'd up through the day. Mic'd up even for his first at-bat. Also got to have some conversations with other players on the Clovers roster, including starting pitcher Lincoln Eiler. Be on the lookout on social media for that to drop here soon. That comes in for strike 2. A lot of fun content, if you are a Clayton Clovers fan, is just on the horizon. Excuse me, strike 1 for Isaiah Thomas. Runner's going to take off. It'll be close. The umpire says he got there. So a stolen base for Zach Lyon.
Yes, the throw from the catcher was to the opposite side of the base where the runner was coming from, so it was a little hard for the second baseman to try and make the tag.
They definitely was. They might have gotten him out if it was on the right side of that plate.
Definitely, John.
Mishihara, the catcher, is close already with it being on the other side. Now a 1-1 count. 2 outs here. Got a runner on second. And a dangerous runner in that with Zach Lyon. That one inside. So a 3-1 count here for IT3. That one, Zach Lyon swings down low. Caught by the center fielder. That'll wrap up the bottom of the fourth. We're going to the top of the fifth. Still a 2-1 game. Chutes up next to bat. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers Baseball. Back here at East Clayton Community Park, Will Leonard back on the mound for the Clovers. He has been doing great at keeping the Chutes just shut down. Still a 2-1 game here in the top of the 5th inning. All the scoring happened in that 2nd inning.
And, you know, going back to talking about sports, yesterday was a big moment for the rookie Cincinnati Reds player, Ellie De La Cruz. He hit for the cycle.
The 4th cycle in the MLB this season.
That's correct.
Was an impressive thing to see. Wonder if we'll get to see any of those in the Old North State League here.
Maybe.
I got close to seeing one cycle in person. They were just a home run shy. See a lot of things you've never seen before here at the Old North State League. That one hit right towards Leonard. Leonard's going to go make the play at first. A quick out, number one.
Brings now to the plate for the Chutes, the shortstop, number 6, Jalen Mack.
We've certainly had some weird games here at East Clayton Community Park. Sometimes they're weird because of non-baseball events. Sometimes they're weird because of baseball events. Makes things very exciting. You never know what you're going to show up to.
Yeah.
A 1-0 count here, 1 out on the board. And it's Jalen Mack to bat. He's going to hit that right at Mike Snyder. Excellent catch over there at third. So 2 quick outs now for the Clovers, and their defensive momentum is rolling.
Leonard has come in, and as you said, John, just totally shut down the Chutes.
And that one hit out towards Garrett Moffitt. He's over there in right field. That'll be good for another 1-2-3 inning for the Clovers. We are going to the bottom of the 5th. Still a 2-1 game. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers Baseball. The shortstop takes the plate to lead things off for the Clovers. He's looking to help the Clovers expand this 2-1 lead they've got right now. Now, we were talking about De La Cruz and his record-breaking cycle last night. Kind of continue a bit on that. Some interesting things. He is the youngest player since 1972 to accomplish that. It was Cesar Cedeno in 1972, who was just 20 when he did it. Zoltolski finds himself in an 0-2 count here.
He's also only the third player to hit for the cycle within his first 15 games since 1901.
That is a crazy impressive start to being in the show. I mean, you could not ask for a better first 15 games. They're going to check that swing. They're going to say he swung. Zoltolski strikes out swinging. Gooch picks up his first strikeout of the night there. And it's going to be the captain, Davey Morgan.
Number 2, Davey Morgan.
Next. Davey Morgan, who's 0 for 1 on the night, has picked up a walk so far. He's going to hammer that one out towards center field. They'll make the catch. Got a little excited. He started stumbling out there. Wasn't sure if he'd make the grab. Also dangerously close to a home run.
Yeah, we were walking out there earlier, John. We had some little divots and holes in the outfield that could, from my impression, could really trip up some people.
Certainly possible. Certainly possible. Now Mike Snyder is up next. 2 outs on the board, working with nobody on bases. He'll take ball 1. Both of these pitchers really starting to heat up here tonight. Well, I believe you said the last inning only took 11 minutes, so moving at a crazy pace right now.
Definitely.
Game definitely started a little slower too, so things just kind of balancing out time-wise. Now a 1-1 count for Big Mike. You know, before Mike Snyder was easily the biggest player on the field, but now with both him and Braden Davidson are on the field, I don't know which one really gets the title of big whatever. That being said, Mike Snyder's title of Big Mike did not come from his size, rather his ability to make big plays in big moments.
Well, they're both big, but combined, they're like the 2 towers. That being the Lord of the Rings 2 towers.
So instead, we'll call one Sauron and another one Saruman.
You at home can decide which is which.
Snyder fouls that one. Keep it at a 2-2 count. He's been battling here with Joshua Gooch. And Mike Snyder picks up a strikeout.
1, 2, 3, we're through 5.
Joshua Gooch gets his first 2 strikeouts this bottom of the 5th inning. We're going to the top of the 6th. Clover still lead 2-1. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clover's Baseball. Alden Brown steps up to the mound. Not the mound, the plate, as Will Leonard stays at the mound for the Clovers. Still a 2-1 game. Has turned into a bit of a pitcher's duel here between Will Leonard and Joshua Gooch.
It certainly has shaped up that way. And really, both teams are just looking for any sort of offensive momentum ever since the second inning.
Absolutely. Anything that can rocket you just a few more runs could be massive in this game.
So, if I may, I'd like to go back to hitting for the cycle.
Okay, let's talk about
And
it.
I'd like to ask you a trivia question. Babe Ruth, one of the greatest hitters of all time, no doubt, in baseball.
Absolutely, I would agree.
Did he ever hit for the cycle?
Well, I feel like the answer is either going to be no or only like yes one time. And I'm a little torn on what to choose here. Based purely on you asking me, I'm going to go with no.
No, he never hit for the cycle. How about Ted Williams?
I'll go yes.
Yes, once in 1946.
Using my true or false trivia knowledge here.
How about Hank Aaron?
Yes.
No,
Oh,
he never hit for the
my
cycle.
streak comes to an end.
And then I'll give you one more. Lou Gehrig.
Go with yes.
Yes, he did it twice.
Wow. They'll call time just before that pitch.
Now, how many times do you think someone has hit for the cycle in the postseason?
Go with twice.
Once.
Once. Okay, I was
It
close.
was the Red Sox. It was in 2018. Brock Holt did it in the division series against the Yankees.
Okay. That one fouled back, keeping it a 2-2 count now.
So a little baseball history for you all.
Ooh. And a huge strikeout there by Will Leonard. He picks up his second on the night. And this pitcher's duel is only getting more and more intense.
He's just been on fire, John.
Hard swing and a miss. Will Leonard really feeling his own groove here. Foul tip there. 0-2 count for Alden Brown. That one hit into play by Evan Fisher. They'll make the tag at first base. Huge tag by Jackson Dunlap. Way to make the play on his end. 2 outs now for the Clovers. So now William Brooks steps up to the plate, the third baseman who has been involved in 2 double plays so far this game. He grounded a double play the first time around and was forced out in second the second time around.
Mascot in baseball. It's Clyde the Clover.
So William Brooks, the third baseman, looking to change his fortune.
It's going to be hard to do with how well Will Leonard is pitching right now.
Absolutely. Will Leonard has been on fire this inning, as well as other innings, but picking up that strikeout getting that tag. Clovers could be looking at their third straight 1-2-3 inning. That one down low, 3-1 count. And that's good for strike two. I don't know what he's going to notice.
Brooks draws the 2-out walk, puts a runner at first.
Brooks took off.
21.
Even fooled up our PA announcer. He was really confident in that. That one came right down the middle. I don't know what he was thinking there.
He must have had a moment where he saw what he wanted to see.
Well, he'll get the walk there. He makes it down to first, a 2-out walk for William Brooks. And it's going to be Mishihara up next for the Chutes. Mishihara is 0 for 1 on the day, drew a walk at his first at-bat. That one fouled back, 1-1 count now. So here in this top of the 6th inning, the Chutes working with 2 outs, a runner on first, and a 1-1 count for Mishihara. And no one will check that swing. 3-1 count. That one just a bit high. Mishihara draws the 2-out walk. So now runners are at first and second, and it's going to be Carson Netzup, who also drew 2 walks his first 2 times up.
And this is good by Al Silvestre to have a meeting with Will Leonard, slow down the game, remind him that he was pitching well earlier and that he can just as easily get back to it out of the slump.
Such a mental game, baseball. Sometimes all you need is that little word of encouragement. Alex Beck. Certainly a good idea to try and slow down the game a bit. Will Leonard certainly picked up the pace over the course of this past inning and a half or so. Sometimes picking up the pace just does not benefit the pitcher or the defense. And he'll find the strike zone. 1-1 count now for Will Leonard. And there it is again, strike 2. Oh, that one comes a bit inside. Just got to collect yourself after that one. Banner steps out to reorganize. 2-2 count here. 2 outs, 2 runners on base. Ooh. And a huge swing and a miss to close out the inning. Will Leonard collects his 3rd strikeout of the night. We're going to the bottom of the 6th. Clovers up next to bat. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers Baseball. And we are back here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Clover still leading 2-1 in this thrilling pitcher's duel. The Chutes stick with Joshua Gooch on the mound. He's on his sixth inning of work. You don't see that very often here in the Old North State League.
No, but I mean, he's only given up 2 runs, so I don't see why not.
And really, those 2 runs, it was just a bad string of a single hit, 2 walks, and then just 2 sac flies. Honestly, things could have been a lot worse for the Chutes. Gooch has done a great job of keeping his composure, and he's only been heating up as the game goes on, picking up his first 2 strikeouts of the night last inning. And that one outside, now a 2-1 count here for Braden Davidson, a.k.a. Big Papa. Inside 3-1 count. Davidson, one of 2 Clovers players to reach base by a hit so far. He'll hit that one towards center field. They race for it. They'll make the catch. That's out number 1 for the Fayetteville Chutes.
Now batting, first baseman, number 32.
Not only have the
Jackson.
not only have the pitchers been great, so have the infielders, the outfielders. Everyone has been doing their job here. Oh, and it actually looks like his night is over.
Oh, that's kind of surprising.
Wonder if they were going for a certain number of batters faced, number of pitches. Not uncommon here in Summer League Baseball. What a game it has been for Joshua Gooch. 6, really 5 1/3 innings pitched. 2 strikeouts, only 4 walks. We will get you the next pitch when we come back. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers Baseball.
That hasn't happened.
Welcome back into East Clayton Community Park here. Jackson Dunlap up to the plate. It's going to be James Sutcliffe taking over for Joshua Gooch. Gooch, who had himself one heck of a night. 5 1/3 innings pitched. That'll do it for his end of the pitcher's duel. Now it is up to Sutcliffe. And a 2-0 count for the hometown kid in Dunlap. Dunlap, the other one of the two players on the Clovers roster to get a hit so far tonight, using that lucky Clayton bat. And that one will get hit into play. Pitcher scrambling after it. He'll throw it down to first and make the play. 2 outs on the board. So James Sutcliffe records his first out of the inning. Now it's going to be Garrett Moffitt up next, who is 0 for 1 on the night, has drawn a walk.
Hits have been hard to come by today.
That one up high, 1-0 count early. Moffitt's going to pop that one up just in play. Nishihari makes the catch. That'll end the bottom of the 6th. We're going to the top of the 7th. Still a 2-1 game. Will, we are in for an exciting finish.
Yes, we are.
Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers Baseball. The Clovers turn to new help on the mound here in the top of the 7th inning. Will Leonard ends his excellent night. So the pitcher's duel has now completely shifted to 2 new pitchers. It's going to be Colby Howell, number 21 out of Lewisburg College for the Clovers.
It's more of a pitcher's face-off now, John.
Absolutely. Now they are working with what the previous pitchers gave them. Colby Howell with a 1-run lead right now. And Tristan Melvin shows bunt on the first. pitch. Just a bit low, though, 1-0 count. So Will Leonard closed out his night with that strikeout to end the top of the 6th inning.
And really hats off to him for his performance. He came in and just absolutely shut down the Chutes.
Absolutely. I mean, even with 4 walks total on his day, I mean, you would never guess it. 4 walks, 3 strikeouts, no runs earned.
First for the top of the order now for Fayetteville. Center fielder
Now there will be a
Julio
leadoff walk here.
Rivera.
Tristan Melvin makes it to first base. We move back to the top of the order in Julio Rivera.
Ball called.
You do not see that every day. We have seen it here before, but again, not every day. So balk called. Tristan Melvin reaches second. Runner's going to take off for third. It won't be in time. All of a sudden, the Chutes with no outs have a runner on third. Chutes now knocking on the door to tie up this game. And the pressure's now on Colby Howell.
Colby Howell just needs to focus on the batter.
Now a 3-0 count. At risk of walking this batter.
The Rivera thought that was the 4th ball.
And a lot of miscounts here tonight. He'll show bunt. He'll come in for strike 1. We've seen the Clovers respond well to this situation a lot. If it's an infield anything, really just getting it back home, then you keep this lead. Colby Howell bounces back from that 3-0 count, making a full count now. Oh, and that'll get just past Davey Morgan. Chutes are going to tie up this game on the base hit by Julio Rivera. The first RBI hit of the night for either squad, and we are tied at 2-2. It's now Jalen Mack up to the plate. He's got a runner on first, no outs. Clover is just desperately looking for that first out. Now Colby Howell taking his time. He's going to foul that one back. So an 0-2 count here. A strikeout for Colby Howell would be huge.
Yes, and giving up a run, but that only makes it a tie game. You haven't lost the lead. You haven't blown the game in any way. Just you got to keep that confidence.
Absolutely. Runner takes off for second, but the ball is fouled. Everybody is back to where they started. And a huge strikeout there for Colby Howell. Starts to build up some of that defensive momentum. Got out number 1, runner on first. Now a tie ball game at 2-2, but things could be going worse for the Clovers here. And that pitched up high for ball number 1. Ooh. And runner caught now. He'll do his best, but Jackson Tunlap makes the tag. That's a quick out number 2, and all of a sudden nobody's on the base paths for the Chutes.
Why are you running? Why are you running? Oh, man.
So now 2 strikes here. 1 strike, excuse me, 1-1 count. Ball comes in, make it a 2-1. And there's strike 2. Colby Howell looks to start heating things up. Ooh. And another huge strikeout. Colby Howell is just now starting to heat up. 2 straight strikeouts for Howell. The Clovers respond well that game-tying run. Now they have a chance to respond offensively. We're going to the bottom of the 7th. Tie game, 2-2. Now Alex Levesque steps up to the plate. A huge cheer for Alex Levesque. He's clearly got a fan club here tonight. Sutcliffe comes in for his first full inning of work, having pitched 2/3 of 1 already. that one fouled off. Make it a 2-1 count now here for Alex Levesque. Certainly some pressure on the Clovers now to get that offense rolling again. They were relying on their defense, which held well until that one run scored. Now a tie 2-2 ball game. Way up high. Levesque stayed down for a minute. Not sure he knew where the ball was. So now a 3-1 count. It's a shame nobody was on base to take advantage of that one. That would have been at least a stolen base, if not two.
Well, one swing of the bat can change this game.
Absolutely. And Alex Levesque gets the lead off walk. It's now Zach Lyon up, who reached on an E5 last time up. He's working with that runner up on first from Alex Levesque. Now it looks like there's going to be a meeting here. His night might be done.
Guess I see someone running in from the bullpen.
And his night is done. A short night for James Sutcliffe.
Not bad, though.
Definitely not bad. He managed to keep things going defensively for the Chutes. Really only that one walk is his blemish on tonight. So his job is done. We will come back in a minute and get you the new pitcher's name and numbers. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers Baseball. So now the third pitcher of the night for the Fayetteville Chutes is going to be Jeremiah Locklear, number 31 out of Georgia Gwinnett College. Certainly an excellent way to start off this inning for the Clovers. Now they find themselves in a tying game. Got Alex Levesque over on first. And Zach Lyon now his opportunity to make another impact on this game. Already responsible for one of the sack RBIs. He'll butt that one off. Oh, and an errant throw. Zach Lyon's going to be safe. And Alex Levesque makes it all the way over to third. So now runners on the corners for the Clovers, no outs, and they have an opportunity here to take the lead.
I don't know what the second baseman was thinking for the Chutes. He just thought he could flip it up in a flashy way to the first baseman, but he put too much emphasis on it.
Yeah, coach does not look happy about it. All he needed was a simple little toss, and he just flipped it way up high, went so far over the first baseman's head. Now the Clovers have an excellent opportunity here. We're back to the top of the order with Isaiah Thomas. And that one fouled way back. Locklear throwing strictly into the strike zone. They're either not swinging and getting called a strike, or they're swinging and making contact. He'll have to switch it up a bit if he wants to get some of these Clovers batters out. Runner's going to take off. That will be a strikeout. But the runner is going to have to go back.
Not sure what the...
Seems to be a bit of confusion about whether or not the runner can steal on a strikeout.
I thought the only thing was that you couldn't steal foul.
I thought so too, because the ball is still in play on a strikeout.
Right.
Nonetheless, Isaiah Thomas out on the strikeout. Remains to be seen if we'll have runners on second and third.
Is there also a discussion of whether he left before the pitch was thrown?
Possibly. We'll find out. Alex Levesque still on third. Discussions on whether or not Zach Lyon should be on second.
Lyon called out on the base path.
Interesting. So Zach Lyon's called out on the base path. He must have left early then. That would be my only guess as to what happened. I didn't think you could leave early on the stolen base, though. So 2 outs on the board all of a sudden. Still a runner on third, but a dramatically different inning here for the Clovers.
Does that go down as offensive interference?
I wouldn't think so.
This is bizarre.
Very bizarre. Now an 0-2 count. That's down low. 1-2 count now. And that one hit just past the third baseman and shortstop. Alex Levesque comes home. Clovers take a lead. An RBI single from Zach Zoltolski puts up a huge run for the Clovers, and they're back up 1.
And way to deliver in a big moment. Zach Zoltolski.
Absolutely. Had himself a walk-off pretty early in the season. Did not let the bizarreness of that inning get to him. He still delivers. Clovers now up 1, and it's the captain, Davey Morgan, up next. And that speaks to the resiliency of the Clovers. Pitcher really taking his time now. He'll find the strike zone, though. 1-1 count here for Davey Morgan. So a 2-1 count here for Davey Morgan. Huge swing and a miss, make it strike 2. He's working with Zach Zoltolski on first and 2 outs. Runner's going to take off. It'll be a bit high. Bounces off the catcher's glove. So now Zach Zoltowski is in scoring position, and Davey Morgan's got a full count. Now this could be a big moment for Davey Morgan. A good hit brings home another run. And in a low-scoring game such as this, another run could be a dagger.
Could be.
Especially with how much the Clovers pitching has just been on fire. And Davey Morgan hits that one up high out towards left center field. They'll make the catch. That'll be the end of the 7th inning. Clovers take the lead now, 3-2. We're going to the top of the 8th. The Chutes have 2 more chances to respond. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers Baseball. The Chutes find themselves down 1 here in the top of the 8th. We're getting into crunch time, and it's Alden Brown, the first baseman, up to bat. Clovers are going to stick with Colby Howell on the mound. And that's a strike 1 call for Brown. And he'll hit that one in the infield. Zach Zoltowski gets it, delivers it to Dunlap, and that is another out. So first out of the inning. Alden Brown's now 0-4 on the night, 3 strikeouts. So not Brown's best night, but in a pitcher's duel like this, you're going to see a lot of similar lines here between players. So now it's Evan Fisher up. Chutes are down to their last 5 outs. Colby Howell, since that first run, has just been on fire.
Colby Howell, if he makes it to the end of the game, has the opportunity to earn himself a save.
Yeah, that would be huge. Not many saves for the Clovers this season. That one bunted just over the bleachers. Thought I could have made a play on that one there, Will.
Perfect angle for some fans to get up. In fact, I see the fan with the ball back there.
Great souvenir. And it just brightens up some kid's day when they're able to get a ball from the game. That one just a bit outside, make it a 1-2 count. Another low one, bring it up to a 2-2 count. We've got a funny story, actually, about a game ball that I got. I want to hold it off, though, till this next batter.
Ooh.
And a huge swing and a miss. Colby Howell gets his 3rd strikeout of the night. 2 outs on the board now, and the Chutes are down to just their last 4 outs. So when I was a child, I was at a Durham Bulls game.
Okay.
My parents told me that I was too old to go into the giant inflatable, and it crushed me. Absolutely crushed me.
At Woolly World, right?
At Woolly World, yes. And so I'm moping around, and all of a sudden this ball just pops up over there by the buildings, over on top of the Blue Monster. So the ball pops up, and I go and I grab it, and I hear a thump. And I was like, what was that? And I look up, and some other kid had clotheslined themselves on a rope running after the ball.
Oh, wow.
Now, they were not younger than me, so I did not feel bad about gripping that ball and just walking away like I did not see anything. But was definitely something I have never forgotten and will likely never forget. So in all of that, Colby Howell works up a 1-2 count here, looking to close out the inning. Oh, and it's fouled off.
Now, I don't know if you remember, but do you know if that ball was a home run for the Bulls?
No, it was the outfielders were warming up, and they were throwing the ball around between innings.
Okay.
And one of them just tossed it up. And a huge strikeout there for Colby Howell. 2 straight strikeouts. Now,
Number 3 for Howell ends the inning. That's a
tonight,
1-2-3 inning for the
Colby
Chutes.
Howell is on fire. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. Clovers back up to bat. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers Baseball. It's going to be Big Mike here in the bottom of the 8th. Could be that Clover's last at-bat of the night. So you want to add a few security runs so you can rely on Colby Howell and the defense to close out this game.
Definitely. And if you were to pick any part of the order to go to try and pad that lead, it would be about here.
Absolutely. Start with Big Mike, who's going to rocket that one into left center field. That one's going to be at the wall. Oh, and they make the catch right at the wall.
I thought that was it, John.
Oh, man. You should have felt my heartbeat as that started going further back and stayed up higher and longer.
Oh. Braden Davidson.
So Braden Davidson up next.
That win that we saw earlier in the day.
That would have done it. That would have done it.
No doubt. I know we've said it before, but with how close that was.
I mean, that was at the wall. His back was against the wall. His glove was almost extended up. It wasn't quite over the wall. So it wasn't a rob or anything, but oh my goodness. We are going to get unbelievably hyped up for that first home run. That's fouled straight back, 1-1 count. That one fouled straight back. Well, I'm not going to throw you under the bus there because I also flinched, but that was straight at our faces.
That was like staring at a bullet down the barrel of the gun.
Life flashing before our eyes there. Now a 1-2 count here for Big Papa. Another one straight at us. It's like they're aiming for us. I will say thank goodness for that fence, because you would have taken one straight in the face on that last one.
Big Papa would put a big hurt on me.
And that's just a bit high, making a 2-2 count here for Davidson. Honestly, I am shocked we are halfway through the season not seeing that home run yet.
Well, that was the closest we've gotten.
Definitely the closest we've gotten. That is a strikeout there on Braden Davidson, his first of the night. Lafleur's first strikeout.
Now batting.
So now it's going to be Jackson Dunlap, the hometown kid. 2 outs on the board. Nobody on base. He's looking to get things moving here for the Clovers. Ooh. 2 straight strikes now for Jackson Dunlap. That one just a bit low. Keep the at-bat alive now at 1-2. And another strikeout for Lafleur. 1, 2, 3 innings. We're going to the top of the ninth. The Chutes, one more chance to respond. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Clayton Clovers Baseball. The Chutes are down to their last 3 outs, and they'll have a pinch hitter step in here in the place of Mishihara, excuse me. That's inside for a ball. So now a 2-1 count
I
here.
got that winning 50-50 raffle.
Colby Howell looks to keep his momentum alive. He's had 4 strikeouts on the night. 4 of the last 5 at-bats have been strikeouts. As that one is hit into center field.
Out to center field, Isaiah Thomas.
They'll make the catch out there in center field.
Number 1.
And that's going to be out number 1. They are down to their last 2 outs. Oh. And it's Jack Stark out there in center field. Came in for Isaiah Thomas. during this inning.
Correction, that's Jack Stark in center. Now batting number 12, Carson Matt.
Now, I'll tell you, Will, the bugs are out in full force here tonight. Hot, muggy day.
Yes, it certainly is summer.
And that one hit up high. Jackson Dunlap underneath it. Oh, and he'll drop it. So an
50-50 raffle ticket
E3 allows
5699. 5699. If you got that winning matching ticket, 5699. Come see me. 5699.
Carson Metz reaches on that
Now batting
E3.
second baseman number 11, Tristan Melvin.
Now it's still early in this, but a play like that could change the course of the game if the Clovers are not careful here.
Again, winning 50-50 raffle ticket. Last four, 5699. 5699.
Oh, double play.
And they're going to try and turn the double play here.
Second.
Davey Morgan does not make the throw. 2 outs on the board, though. The Chutes are down to their last out.
Dawn Bailey's got our winning our 50-50 raffle. She's taking on $60. Dawn Bailey, congratulations.
And the Chutes turn to the top of the order here. And Julio Rivera.
Now batting center fielder number 2, Julio Rivera.
They've got a runner on first, but they would need a pretty mammoth shot to give the Chutes some life here.
Yes, and it was a very good decision by Zlotowski to take the runner on second, going to second.
I hear milkshakes are on.
It was close over there at first.
To get milkshakes on down. I heard it myself.
That one's just a bit low. 1-0 count here. That's just a bit high, making a 2-0 count here for Julio. They'll check over there on first again. The energy is certainly building up here at East Clinton Community Park as the Clovers look to get back in the win column. Be an excellent way to respond after 2 losses on the road and then 3 straight games rained out.
I'm so used to this crowd being relatively quiet in between pitches and hits, especially when the game's this close, but they seem to be very comfortable with the situation.
Absolutely, and that's going to be a stolen base. Carson Ness. Or rather, Tristan Melvin. Melvin reaches second. Alex Levesque might have had time to throw down, decided not to. 3-1 count here for Rivera. And he'll hit that one. Davey Morgan collects it. Ball game. Jackson Dunlap makes the play at first. Clovers take the game 3-2. A huge divisional game here.
They take this one 3-2.
Clover is certainly happy to be back in the win column here. Will, what are your takeaways from today's game?
Well, if you're a member of the pitching staff, this was a wonderful game to watch. Really a big game from all the pitchers that Clayton put out there today. Colby Howell, Will Leonard, and Lincoln Eiler. Just a fantastic job by all of them.
Absolutely. Pitching, strong, reliable. That's a big thing we've talked about. The fielding was reliable, and the bats came in when they needed to. We'll be back here at East Clayton Community Park tomorrow. Same team, same time, 7 p.m. Fayetteville Chutes looking for the 2-game series sweep. Thank you for joining us. This has been John Loomis and Will Dobson. We hope to see you again tomorrow. Good night.